In this video, we will be looking for one of the UK's rarest butterflies, the Heath Fritillary. Last summer, I went to Hockley Woods in Essex with my friend Emma, and we headed straight to the coppiced area of the woods, where the Heath Fritillary can be found. The first thing of note was this bumblebee hoverfly, which posed nicely before taking off for me to film in slow-mo. We spotted some common cowweed, the Heath Fritillary caterpillar's food plant, before we then found the first adult of this wonderful butterfly, basking in the sun. Then I spotted a pale-looking butterfly, getting mobbed by a ringlet. I was pretty sure it was a purple hairstreak, but that is a species that is normally found high up in the canopy of oak trees, not low down in clearings. It was definitely a hairstreak butterfly, but it had been a while since I'd seen a purple hairstreak, so I wasn't 100% sure. It seemed to be feeding on the honeydew, a sugary substance dropped by feeding aphids, which is something the adult of purple hairstreaks do. Then it swiveled its wings, showing a tiny bit of the upper wing, which looked purple to me. I watched it some more as it walked about feeding, did a bit more wing swivelling, and then I definitely saw a hint of the purple-blue colour. They don't normally open their wings, so I figured I'd check my ID when I got home, based on the underwing markings, only for it to then open its wings for me. Browny wings with a blue-purpley sheen. It was definitely a purple hairstreak, a very nice bonus for the day. Nearby, this more common but still lovely comma butterfly was warming up, before taking off. And a couple of ringlet butterflies, which, although brown, are still rather handsome butterflies. By now, the wind was picking up, which would hamper my efforts for the rest of the day. But it was the Heath Fritillaries that I came for, and another was basking on the shoots of a coppice. This one was feeding on bramble flowers, an important nectar source of woodland insects like this one. The Heath Fritillaries are in this clearing because the caterpillar food plant, common cowweed, grows here. This plant grows best in areas that were recently coppiced and opened up to the light, but after a few years they are outcompeted by other plants and the coppice trees regrowing from their stumps, so they need fresh clearings to be created, ideally every year. So on this site, they coppice a new area every winter, so there's at least one area of the wood that's optimal for the common cowweed to grow and maximise the benefit for Heath Fritillary butterflies. These coppice rotations are also good for other species. Wood ants like to build their nests in woodland clearings like this, but I spotted some doing some farming in this clearing too. These wood ants are guarding these aphids from predators like ladybirds, but also milking them, drinking the honeydew they produce as a waste product from drinking the plant's sap. Just like black garden ants do with blackfly and greenfly, and other aphids in gardens. I got out my probe lens just in time for the breeze to pick up even more, but I managed a few okay bits of footage. You can see they are tapping the aphids with their antennae. I believe this is to signal the aphid to produce some honeydew for them to feed on. We got a tip there were more Heath Fritillaries at what was known as the Triangle, and headed there. We found some feeding on the thistle flowers and landed on the plants nearby. The Heath Fritillary is one of the rarest and least well distributed species in the UK, only found in a few coppice woodlands in Essex and Kent, and a few heaths and grassland areas in the West Country. Although very localised, you can get large numbers at the site it occurs at, and I reckon by this point we'd seen double figures of them in the two patches we found them. But I've seen hundreds, possibly thousands at East Blean in Kent in the past. This species nearly went extinct in the UK in the 1970s, and it did go extinct in Essex, but was reintroduced with butterflies from Kent, and there are now a few colonies in Essex. But the breeze had picked up some more, and it had clouded over, so we started our scenic walk back to the car. We cut through some older coppice, and to my surprise we found a few Heath Fritillaries here, roosting up in this more sheltered spot. They were just sat there, so I got out my probe lens to get some shots. And despite the best efforts of the wind, I did manage some close-up footage. A successful day out and some great wildlife. Thanks for watching.